you know what? I have to say, I really appreciate that. It was a tough day. God, I miss OJ so much already. I really do. As most of you probably know, the big story was that OJ Simpson went to hell today. He arrived at 6:04 this morning. Turns out not much different than Florida. It's rare that a celebrity as famous as OJ was doesn't get an outpouring of love.
Jimmy Kimmel just crushed Trump with insane jokes that had the audience in laughing fits by exposing Trump's recent scandals to his non-existent gaydar. So Kimmel drops this bombshell of a joke.
We now know the list of potential witnesses in former President Trump's hush money trial. Among those are adult film actress Stormy Daniels, who received payments from Michael Cohen to keep quiet in the days leading up to the 2016 election. Cohen is also on that list of potential witnesses. Jury selection is set to begin on Monday. Trump has pleaded not guilty to 34 felony counts of falsifying business records.
Now, that's the kind of news that's juicier than a gossip magazine headline. But let's peel back the layers and see what's really going on.
All his many last-minute efforts to delay it have failed. His only move left is to have sex with everyone in the court and pay them $130,000 to get their mouth shut. Trump lost 3 appeals in the last 3 days. He does this in every trial to gum up the mechanism. He keeps challenging, and it'll work. All his trials are behind schedule, and most now won't likely happen until after the election, if at all, which, I don't know, seems like quite a lot of due process for a witch hunt to me. It's like...
You see, Trump's been tangled up in legal battles left, right, and center. One of the biggies, the hush money trial. Yeah, you heard it right. It's like a soap opera, but with more layers and way less glamour. Now, Kimmel doesn't hold back when poking fun at Trump's tactics. He paints a picture of Trump desperately trying to hit the brakes on these trials like a kid stalling bedtime with every excuse in the book. It's comedy gold watching Trump squirm under the pressure of his legal woes. Kimmel throws in a dash of satire comparing Trump's antics to a witch hunt. I mean, come on. It's like something out of a sitcom. Trump's out there waving his legal wand, trying to make his problems disappear faster than you can say abracadabra.
Stilled. But you know what they say, if at first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, or 10th you don't succeed, cry again.
Did you hear what Trump has to say about election integrity? You see, despite Trump's legal troubles coming at him from all angles, he's still laser-focused on one thing: election integrity. Kimmel doesn't miss a beat in highlighting the comedic duo of Trump and Mike Johnson. It's like a buddy cop movie, but with less crime fighting and more political shenanigans. Kimmel serves up a delicious slice of satire, poking fun at their motives and their unlikely partnership, which led to the whole situation with Ted Cruz's campaign and the financial scandal.
His former very good friend, Caitlyn Jenner, tweeted, "Good riddance, O.J. Simpson." Bruce Jenner loved O.J. Caitlyn, not a fan. Very tough week for L.A. First, we lost the 99-cent store, and now this. It's, hey, we have a special tribute to the Juice and all the madness that surrounded him.
Now that's a punchline that packs a wallop, but let's rewind a bit and see what led to this comedic gold mine. You see, Cruz found himself in hot water over allegations of campaign finance violations. It's like watching a game of political chess, but with more shady moves and fewer knights in shining armor. Cruz's campaign finance woes were as messy as a toddler's finger painting. Now, Kimmel doesn't hold back when he takes aim at Cruz's podcast and super PAC. It's like watching a stand-up comedian roast a heckler in the front row. Kimmel serves up a heaping plate of humor, pointing out the irony of Cruz's actions and the downright audacity of naming his super PAC Truth and Courage. Kimmel delivers a satirical critique of Cruz's missteps, highlighting the absurdity of his actions and the sheer boldness of his super PAC's name.
About integrity tomorrow, because starting Monday he'll be in court for cheating on his wife with a porn star shortly after Melania gave birth to their son. So time was of the essence here. And Trump and Johnson, they are quite a pair. They don't just act like a ventriloquist and his dummy. They look like one, too. Is Trump tickling his belly? What's happening there? Now, this comes at a moment when Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is Trump's second biggest fan after himself, is actively threatening Mike Johnson.
Speaking of insane things, what's the deal with Biden and the abortion law?
That bans abortion. Yesterday, Republican lawmakers in Arizona refused to repeal that law. And if you're wondering what kind of people would do something like this is incredible. This happened right before the ruling.
So Arizona decides to enforce a law from way back in 1864 that bans abortion. Talk about digging up ancient relics. Republican lawmakers are clinging onto this law like it's the last lifeboat on the Titanic, refusing to let go despite the rising tide of opposition. Now, Kimmel doesn't miss a beat when he takes aim at the religious influence in politics and the implications of enforcing such an outdated law. It's like watching a courtroom drama unfold, with Kimmel playing the role of the sharp-witted prosecutor.
Anthony Kern had a group of anti-abortion extremists on the floor, and I mean on the floor of the Senate chamber, praying in tongues together.
But amidst the chaos, Biden swoops in with his LGBTQ+ campaign, titled Out for Biden-Harris. It's a bold move, and Kimmel doesn't hesitate to poke fun at it. His humorous portrayal of Biden's outreach to the LGBTQ+ community is like a breath of fresh air in a room filled with stale politics. But Trump has made some serious allegations against Biden as well.
Radical Islamic terrorists targeted the nightclub, not only because he wanted to kill Americans, but in order to execute gay and lesbian citizens because of their sexual orientation. It's a strike at the heart and soul of who we are as a nation.
Now that's a mouthful, but it's packed with punch. Trump's been throwing accusations left, right, and center like confetti at a parade. He's painting Biden as the villain in his own twisted narrative, using every legal loophole and conspiracy theory in the book to discredit his opponent. Now, Kimmel doesn't hold back when he takes aim at Trump's contradictory statements about Biden. It's like watching a game of political chess, with Kimmel making all the right moves to expose the absurdity of Trump's claims.
Without buy, and that's the T. If Trump wins this November, democracy as we know it will sashay away. That's why I'm asking you to vote for me. Remember when I accidentally forced Obama to support you people before he was ready? B.O. was P.O. I got my bottom reamed, and not in a good way.
And let's not forget the satirical critique of Trump's tactics. Kimmel lays it on thick, highlighting the sheer ridiculousness of using lawfare and weaponization against a political opponent. It's like watching a bad soap opera with Trump playing the villain in a poorly written script.
Title, but definitely better than their original slogan, which was "I'm a Jomosexual." But Team Biden sees an opportunity here, and they're going all in.
But what about Trump's former rival, Ron? During the 2016 presidential campaign, then Congressman DeSantis said he wouldn't make an endorsement in the crowded field, but would support the eventual nominee. When that ended up being Trump, DeSantis issued a statement calling on fellow Republicans to back the celebrity businessman. It is now clear that Donald Trump will accumulate the delegates necessary to be nominated by the Republican Party, DeSantis said in a statement. According to NPR, if we want to defeat Hillary Clinton and have a chance to change the trajectory of our country, we need to unite behind the Republican ticket this November. Ron DeSantis, the Florida governor, reportedly started cozying up to Trump again, telling donors he's all in for fundraising. Now that's quite the U-turn considering their past rivalry. But why the sudden change of heart? Well, DeSantis probably sees the writing on the wall and figures hitching his wagon to Trump's star might just be his ticket to political success. And let's face it, Trump still holds sway over a significant chunk of the Republican base. So it's a smart move politically, even if it raises a few eyebrows.
Ron DeSantis has reportedly started telling donors he intends to fundraise for Trump, which should be easy given his natural magnetism and charm. But Ron DeSantis, as you know, spent the better part of the year trashing Trump. Now he wants to raise money for him. And there's actually a very good reason why. He's a little bit. It's another chicken with his backbone removed. They call it spatchcocking, I believe. Speaking of the spineless, Trump's occasional concubine Ted Cruz is having a tough week.
Now, on to Kimmel's joke. He couldn't resist poking fun at DeSantis' sudden charm offense, quipping about his natural magnetism and charm. It's classic Kimmel using irony to highlight the absurdity of the situation. But beneath the humor lies a deeper commentary on the opportunistic nature of political alliances. DeSantis' pivot towards Trump isn't just about fundraising, it's about survival in the cutthroat world of politics. And in a way, it's a reflection of the broader trend of politicians prioritizing power and influence over principles. So, Trump and Cruz have this sort of complicated bromance going on. Back in the 2016 Republican primaries, they were trading blows like prize fighters in the ring. Trump even nicknamed him Lion Ted. But fast forward to today, and things have taken a bit of a turn. Despite all the mudslinging and name-calling, Cruz has found himself cozying up to Trump more often than not. It's like a political odd couple, with Cruz playing the loyal sidekick to Trump's larger-than-life persona. So, Cruz has found himself tangled up in a bit of a pickle regarding his campaign finances. There's been a lot of talk swirling around his super PAC, Truth and Courage, which, by the way, is quite the ironic name, wouldn't you agree? Allegations are flying about some questionable dealings that might have gone down. It's the kind of scandal that has the potential to seriously damage a politician's reputation, not to mention strain some friendships. Yet, despite the mounting controversies and whispers of impropriety, Cruz seems unwavering in his support for Trump. It's almost as if he's willing to turn a blind eye to his own troubles just to secure a spot at Trump's table of power. And that's where Kimmel's witty jab comes into play. By dubbing Cruz Trump's occasional concubine, he's shedding light on the peculiar dynamics of their relationship. It's a humorous way of highlighting Cruz's steadfast loyalty even in the face of scandal and adversity. So, you see, it's not just the scandal itself that's intriguing, but also the intriguing dynamics of political loyalty and friendship that are at play here. But beyond the jokes lies a deeper critique of Cruz's actions and his alignment with Trump. It raises questions about political integrity and the lengths some politicians are willing to go to curry favor with those in power. Throughout this comedic journey, Kimmel doesn't hold back in poking fun at Trump's legal troubles, Ted Cruz's loyalty, O.J. Simpson's bizarre comeback, and everything in between. But what makes Kimmel's humor stand out is that it's not just random jokes, it's rooted in reality. Sure, it's controversial at times, but hey, so is politics. Kimmel's comedy often reflects the absurdity and drama of the political landscape, offering a fresh perspective on the madness that unfolds daily. But here's the thing, comedy is subjective. What one person finds hilarious, another might find offensive. And that's okay. It's what keeps the conversation going. So, whether you're nodding along at Kimmel's punchlines or rolling your eyes at his antics, one thing's for sure, his comedic takedowns definitely get people talking. Let us know what are your thoughts on all this. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.